Most business owners believe they have their books in order. They don't. What they actually have is a transaction log, and that distinction matters more than most people realize. Because a transaction log only tells you what happened. Real accounting tells you what happened, why it happened, under what structure, and with what intent. That difference is everything. Here's how this usually looks. Money comes in, money goes out. Transactions are categorized, the bank account is reconciled, and everyone breathes a sigh of relief and says, great, the books are clean. But clean does not mean complete, and complete does not mean defensible. Let me be direct. If I ask you why this expense was deducted, why this payment was classified this way, why this entity paid for that asset, why this distribution wasn't payroll, and the answer is that's just how it's always been done. You don't have books, you have memory, and memory fails under pressure. Accounting is not data entry. Accounting is institutional memory. It is how a business remembers. The decision that was made, the structure in place at the time, the documentation supporting it, and the consistency applied afterward. When that memory is missing, every downstream system breaks, tax strategy becomes fragile, AI automation becomes dangerous, audits become expensive, decisions become guesses. This is why so many business owners are confused when problems show up later. The issue didn't start with the IRS. It didn't start with AI. It didn't start with growth. It started when accounting was treated as bookkeeping instead of governance. Real books can answer questions without you being in the room. They tell a story that survives. New advisors, new software, new ownership, new scrutiny. If your financials only work because you remember what happened, they're already broken. At the executive level, the standard is simple. If a transaction cannot be explained, it cannot be defended. And if it cannot be defended, it should not exist in your system without correction. This is the difference between businesses that scale cleanly and businesses that carry hidden risk for years without realizing it. Structure before strategy. Documentation beats memory. And real books explain why, not just what. Educational content only, not tax or legal advice. Decisions should be reviewed with qualified professionals.